This right here feels like the real American horror story Kim Kardashian wishes would stay 6 feet under. Imagine it. You've got the dream life in your hands, everything perfect, until your ex-husband pops out with a discount copy of you, fresh off the arms of your longtime crush, embarrassing you in front of the whole world. Years of whispers about you leaking your own empire's secrets suddenly come back to haunt you, and just when you think your billionaire fairy godfather is gonna pull you up to the next level,
I got married in Italy. Am I saying you copied me by getting married in Italy? Who performed at my wedding? Andrea Bocelli. You stole my wedding country and my wedding performer.
he flips cold and passes the deal straight to your younger, hotter, and let's be real, more relevant rival. Brutal. Somewhere right now, Kim's definitely fuming. Word is she's even thinking about suing Jeff Bezos himself. And honestly, if that ever hit court, I'd pay to see it, because this is one battle the Kardashian PR machine can't spin their way out of. Jeff Bezos isn't some random tabloid target. He's the one man who doesn't play with smoke and mirrors. Lauren Sánchez's husband doesn't bow down to Hollywood games. Sources are saying all of this boils down to him ghosting Kim on a Skims investment and a possible stake in her private equity firm. But that's just the start. Allegedly, all those recent flashy headlines, Kim flying to Mexico for treatments or hyping Skims launches, are nothing but distractions. Because behind the curtain, Bezos completely outplayed her in a way no one saw coming. So let's rewind real quick before it gets messier. Kim shows up at Jeff and Lauren's wedding. Yeah, that wedding with a guest list stacked like the Oscars. Sydney Sweeney sitting front and center, stealing the spotlight every time the cameras panned her way. Meanwhile, the news drops that Pete Davidson is expecting a baby. Why would that even rattle Kim? Well, ask yourself, who's really trying to have a baby with Pete Davidson? Not even Pete seems to want a baby with Pete Davidson. Savage, but true. And while that storm's brewing, Kim's at the wedding hustling for Tom Brady's attention, pushing it like private dinner vibes were gonna translate in public. Kim, no, it looked thirsty. But here's the kicker. The real dagger wasn't Tom at all. It was Sydney Sweeney. Because Sydney had it all in that moment. The looks, the roles, the buzz, the heat. Basically the exact energy Kim's been chasing in this all-American Barbie rebrand phase. Kim's been pushing that doll vibe hard, but let's be real. She's a mom in her 40s with 4 kids, Armenian roots, and a whole different lane. No shame in that, but it's not the same. So now she's doing these futuristic, tech-heavy photo shoots, blonde bombshell poses, trying to scream, I can be the ultimate fantasy too. But it's not hitting the way she wants. And then there's Kanye. He's still out here making tracks for his mystery muse, whatever that is. But it doesn't erase their messy past. That baggage, always there. Meanwhile, Sydney Sweeney, whether she wanted the crown or not, just got handed the title of Hollywood's new sweetheart. Younger? Check. Hotter? Many say yes. Natural? Fans say definitely. And unlike Kim, Sydney doesn't carry the same rumors about constant transformations. To the public, Sydney feels raw and authentic, and at half Kim's age, the comparison stings. From the outside, it looks like pure jealousy, Kim spiraling over a younger rival, but insiders are whispering it's deeper than that. The truth? Kim's been chasing Bezos for years, ever since her Pete Davidson era when she launched that private equity firm. Reports say she was banking on Jeff as her golden investor. For a while, Bezos, Lauren, and Kim were spotted together a lot, so much that people joked about them being a throuple. Behind closed doors, things looked unusually cozy. And some even thought there might have been a romantic twist in the mix. But Kim wasn't chasing romance, she was chasing billions. And let's not front, Kim's never been shy about playing bold if it means a bigger bag. If Lauren had really wanted Kim by Jeff's side, Kim would have been there, family ties or not. She's cut closer bonds before if it meant leveling up. One thing about Kim, she loves a perfectly polished, surgically refined image just as much as she loves serious money, which is exactly why this Bezos situation has people talking nonstop. Word is, Jeff and Kim got tight. Tight enough that he was grilling her about Skims, about her empire, and about what she was planning next. Around that same time, Kim was allegedly getting salty about Emma Grede, her partner in Skims. Not because Emma's untalented, she's brilliant, but because Emma was demanding recognition for her work. And let's be real, Emma deserves it. She's the powerhouse behind Good American and a major force behind Skims blowing up. But Kim, she hated sharing that spotlight. The whispers say Kim couldn't stand watching Emma collect business praise and industry accolades while everyone knew she was the brains behind the curtain. Kim wanted all the credit, all the headlines. So what did she do? Turned on the Kardashian charm, dinners, meetings, late night calls, the whole playbook, cozying up closer to Bezos. That's when she launched Sky Investment Partners, her supposed big leap into billionaire territory. She wasn't just talking handbags and TV checks anymore. This was about real generational wealth, and Bezos was her golden ticket. Insiders claim Kim fully believed Jeff was going to drop $1 billion into her firm. She was already out here in interviews bragging like it was guaranteed, acting like billionaire status was just waiting for her signature. But in the end, Bezos pulled a switch move no one expected and handed the shine somewhere else. And that right there, that's the beginning of Kim's quiet unraveling. But as we know now, that fairy tale ending Kim dreamed of, it never happened. Remember when she was flexing to Kanye about suddenly coming into serious money? Everyone was side-eyeing like, wait, what actually changed? The only real difference was her sudden VIP pipeline straight to Jeff Bezos. And in Kim's mind, that meant everything. Picture this, you're already struggling to convince yourself you're still on top even though your ex, the one you can't stand, ran off your last real love interest, Pete Davidson. And yes, let's be real, Kim looked genuinely in love with Pete. Then Kanye turns around and marries a woman who looks like your clone. Meanwhile, the same fashion crowd that once worshipped your every outfit now drags you in group chats. For Kim, who lives and breathes fashion approval, that was a knockout punch. Then out of nowhere, a billionaire starts watching your every move. Not just any billionaire, Jeff Bezos, he's asking about your brands, your future plans, your business moves, and instantly Kim's brain is screaming, this is it! This is the play that flips everything. She's always used relationships as ladders, access, influence, leverage. But this time, the prize wasn't just fame, it was empire money, power money, the kind of cash that cements you above the headlines forever. $1 billion investment meant she could finally outshine Kanye, who isn't even on the billionaire list anymore, and crown herself the ultimate winner. So Kim starts feeding Jeff all the insider details, strategy, vision, even subtle digs about people she wanted to edge out. In her head, the hustle was flawless. She saw $1 billion turning into 10, 20, maybe even 30 billion in a few short years. The math looked delicious. Kim felt untouchable, like, laugh at my outfits if you want, I'm building generational wealth. But then reality smacked her, because not everyone moves like Kanye did. Say what you want about Ye, but he was blinded by love for Kim. He gave her access, resources, and opportunities without hesitation. Let the Kardashians ride the wave free of pushback. And somewhere along the line, the family started believing that was normal, that anyone could be worked the same way. Her fatal mistake? Thinking Jeff Bezos was just another Kanye. But Jeff didn't stumble into riches. He built one of the most powerful empires on Earth. Whether Forbes puts him at number 1 or number 10, it doesn't matter. He's in the top tier, period. And you don't climb that high by falling for Kardashian charm offensives. Jeff Bezos didn't become Jeff Bezos by handing over keys to his kingdom just because someone flashes a smile and drops a few glam invites. In Kim's mind, that $1 billion check was already signed. But Jeff, he flipped the script. The giant investment she thought was guaranteed went to someone else entirely. And not just anyone. Sydney Sweeney. Yes, that's Sydney. The one Kim couldn't escape seeing everywhere, the one fans whispered was orbiting the same men Kim had her sights on. Whether Sydney was sliding in DMS or not didn't matter. Jeff's eyes were on her. And here's the dagger. Jeff didn't just give Sydney attention, he gave her the very $1 billion opportunity Kim thought was hers. All those secrets Kim spilled about Skims, all those whispered plans about pushing out partners, reclaiming full control, maybe even teaming up with Amazon. She thought it was her master plan to build untouchable wealth. Instead, Bezos took the playbook and handed it gift-wrapped to Sydney. Reports say Jeff is pouring $1 billion into Sydney's lingerie line, arming her with Kim's Skims blueprint, Amazon's global reach, and resources powerful enough to crush a competitor overnight. In other words, Kim accidentally helped build her own rival. Brutal. And then came the humiliation. Right when Kim realized Bezos wasn't cutting her that check, she quietly got downgraded on her own Sky Capital website from active leader to just founder. Translation? She's not running the show anymore. That dream of becoming a private equity queen evaporated fast. Her only notable move since? Putting her own cash into hot sauce. Yes, hot sauce. From visions of billion-dollar Bezos deals to condiment bottles on shelves, the fall-off is real, and let's not forget, Bezos is a man so precise he's been sued over how he times his driver's bathroom breaks. Thinking you could outmaneuver that kind of mind? That's next level miscalculation. This, right here, is the real American horror story Kim wishes you'd never hear. In the end, she got the harshest reminder of all: not everyone is Kanye. Not everyone will hand over the keys, overlook the red flags, and let her play the game her way. Maybe Bezos just passed. Maybe there's more behind the scenes. Maybe Kim didn't need the money since she's already a billionaire. But one thing's clear: she wanted that Bezos stamp of approval badly, and losing it to Sydney, that cut deep. And trust me, this is just the beginning of the mess. If you're still with me, smash that like button, hit subscribe, drop a comment with your thoughts, and share this with someone who needs the tea. I'll see you on the next one.